Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're looking for a quick cash loan, I'm gonna tell you some places that will possibly give you a quick cash loan, even if you're on government benefits. All right, so here's the play. One, I would tell you, many people have that Home Depot card, okay? And I made the video and I was trying to tell you guys the best way to do the Home Depot play is go to Home Depot with that card, and they have some dollar items, okay? Some paper towels, dish detergent, or something like that. You can buy like 3 or 4 of those dollar items. Then you can grab those Visa, MasterCard gift cards, okay? And that will give you access to cash right there if you just need a couple $100 right away to pay a bill or something, all right? So that's the Home Depot hack. The reason you can't do it, just go and buy those Visa gift cards and stuff, because it's a money-to-money transaction like that. So that's the reason you have to buy the products, all right? So that's number one. Number two, you may have a pawn shop, okay? And you may have items that you maybe can pawn. You may have some family heirlooms or whatever, and you need some quick money that you actually own. You know, I'm not encouraging you to go steal your family heirlooms or whatever, but I'm just saying, if you have some heirlooms or something that value and stuff, especially like you may have silver. Like right now, with the price of silver being over $35, that's a quick way to make some money. You may have some silver chains or some gold chains and stuff like that that you may want to consider just pawning temporarily. Now, another thing is, but this one takes longer. However, this is one that I continue to tell you guys. When you work in a job, the first thing you want to do, especially when you're struggling financially, is go to your HR and you want to file that W-4 form to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. And so that way the federal government can stop taking money out of your check. That way you can bring home a bigger paycheck, okay? So that's another thing that you guys may want to consider. Now, you also have places like MoneyLion. Now, MoneyLion goes from $500 up to $1,000. Now, why MoneyLion? Is because with this type of platform, you don't need to have a whole lot of income. So that's the reason I tell you, like, if you're on government benefits and things of that nature, they're willing to work with you, all right? So MoneyLion would definitely be a good one. Plus, you more likely won't get the hard pull on the credit because they do a pre-qualify. Then here's another option for you guys. You may have a car, okay? And I mentioned this a couple times in some of my videos. You may have a car that's been paid off, or the car may not even be paid off, and you can take a loan against that car. Now, like with Yendo, Y-E-N-D-O, if you have a car and you're making payments on it, but you have, however, you may have equity in the car, then they may be willing to give you a loan, all right? Now, another thing is that, what's the other company? Excuse me. One Main will do a collateral loan against your car as well, all right? And the other one is like a title loan as well. So that's a few options for you, all right? Now, you guys that are working with Chime, okay, so Chime will loan you $200. Now, I understand, like, that's not a whole lot of money, you know, $200, you know, barely buy some groceries, you know, but it just depends on how much money you need right away, all right? So if you're talking about big lump sums or something like that right away, then you may want to look into, you may have a 401k with your job. Remember, I did tell you guys, you can go to the Department of Labor, all right? And you may have worked for a job and you never brought your 401k over or something like that. And the Department of Labor, you can put in the company you work for, okay, and the state and stuff like that, and they will see if you have like any like any type of like 401ks and retirement plans like that. A lot of people miss out on that. Also, I've told you guys to go to unclaim.org. When you go there, all you do is just put in your name and your address for every state you stayed in, and you put in your name and address, and it will tell you if the state or the city owes you money. You may have been compensated for, sometimes like when gym memberships, you may have bought some type of medication or something. There was a lawsuit or something like that, and you may be compensated for that. But a lot of people are not even aware that this type of option is out there. And there are people, if you actually check it out, there are people, you'll be amazed. You may find money for loved ones and stuff, because there's companies out there that are actually using this same information. They're using the same information. Then they'll call you up and say, hey, did you know you have $10,000 available? And I'll show you how to get it. So they're going to these free government websites with your personal information, and then they're finding out that you got money that's owed to you, and they're telling you the paperwork and all that stuff. So you can start that as a business, plus actually get your money without actually having somebody to pay you, or you having to pay somebody to get your money for you. All right. Now, easy loan that you may want to look out is like Viva Payday loans. Now, with Viva Payday loans, they give up to $5,000. Now, why I'm mentioning them is because with their interest rates is 5.99 up to 35.99. But however, they are a platform. And the good thing about it, because they work with tribal lenders, and you can have government benefits in order to qualify for these type of loans. So that's the reason why I'm mentioning them. They're similar to like like big buck loans. You have to excuse me. I've been talking all day, and so traveling too. So it's just one of those days. But at the same time, that's an option for you as well. Then you have a lender like Opportune. So with Opportune being a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institute, all you need to meet is the minimum requirements of $500 after taxes into your checking account. Okay, and just showing deposits and stuff like that. They give you loans from $300 up to $10,000. All right, and so these are some of the quick cash loans. Then you also have Current. Now, Current, CURRENT, they will give you a loan up to $750 per pay period. All right, where they used to have it that you would have to where you would have to actually having a checking account with them. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. All they do is use your Plaid in order to connect your bank account to verify you have income coming in, and so they will give you a loan as well. Then some of you all are familiar with Dave, so Dave will give you $500. Then here's one other one that many people never think about as well. You may have had a life insurance policy, a whole life insurance policy that you paid out in full and stuff like that, and you never thought, hey, let me borrow the money, the cash value of that life insurance policy. That doesn't mean that your insurance policy expire. You're just taking a loan against the cash value of the insurance policy. All right, so just giving you some situations where you can actually go after and get some money. There's plenty other places out there. You have other payday loans and stuff like that. Even like with Wells Fargo, US Bank, Bank of America, they will give you a loan with no credit check. It's a small loan, usually up to $1,000. However, the thing about it with those type of lenders, they want to make sure you haven't had any what do they call them things? Oh, overdrafts, excuse me. You haven't had any overdrafts, okay, within usually either 6 months or within a year. And they'll give you a loan usually up to $1,000. So if you're looking for some quick cash, all right? So I hope this video helps you. If you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.